Boom, is that all good? Is that all good? I think that is all good. I think that is all good. I think. Let's just have a little double check if that is all good. Because I don't know how I'm using a different software, so I don't know how the audio is going to sound. No, it's a bit low. 2 sets. Yeah, should be that one. Is that a bit better? 2 secs. Let's just wait for that to come through. Is that a little bit better? I think that should be better. I hope so. I don't know. Oh, that sounds a tad low. Right. I'm gonna leave it at that for now. I'm gonna leave that for now. Hopefully, that gradually is like better over time. Let me know what we're thinking of the audio. I think that's all good though. I think that's all good. I don't have any qualms with that. So share the stream and then we will get active in it. Oh, okay. That on there. Copy the link. And that one there. Bro. Bang. That's A-okay, I think. Think we good. I think we good. Think we are all good. Let's make sure I've got everything up on here as well. Yeah, there we go. Good, cool. I'm all happy with that. One thing I'm not happy with is the lineup though. I don't think that's going to be an enjoyable watch if I'm totally honest. If we're looking at this lineup, if we're looking at it right now, yeah, if we're looking at the lineup, I'm not happy, right? And we'll go through Rojo Jr. We'll go through why I don't like this lineup right now, yeah. So we'll start with things that I think are decent. I think James Trafford getting his Champions League debut is obviously good. I don't think that it I don't think that's a bad thing. Obviously, it's good to see Kusanov back in the squad. It's nice to see John Stones playing. Obviously, Aït-Nouri coming back from injury and then struggling to get into the team because of Nico O'Reilly's like excellent form is all good, right? And it is good that Nico is in the squad as well, right? But when we look at the rest of the squad, when you look at a midfield of Rico Lewis, Nico, and Vinders, who's going to create the chances there? Who's creating chances? Because I don't think it's going to be Lewis. Lewis is very good at like picking up the space in the pockets, and occupying the ball, but I don't think he's an elite chance creator because obviously he's a right back by trade. Nico, again, very strong defensively, very good at holding the team together, but he doesn't have the best, like, he's a good passer, but again, his chance creation, you don't really want him in the position to create chances. And Winders, you know, in the final third is a bit iffy, right? Bob, ever since coming back from injury, looks very, very scared to take people on. Obviously, after breaking his leg, he doesn't look like he really wants to take people on. Savinho is in absolutely horrific form, and if you watched my watch along for the Newcastle game, you'll know full well that I was not happy with that cameo that that Savinho made in that game, because he was absolutely horrific. So I guess it's kind of good that we've got Marmoush up top, because he can create his own chances a lot more than Haaland can. Because if we are playing this team with Haaland up front, he is getting zero service. He is getting less service than Isak gets at Liverpool. Because I'm not confident in Savinho having a good game. Yes, he's been good in a lot of our other Champions League games, but from every Premier League game I've seen from him, he's been awful. So even if we're playing in the even now we're playing in the Champions League, or if we were playing in the Carabao Cup, I don't expect anything good from him, because his form this season has been absolutely horrific. Obviously, again, Bob's not been good for club or country, obviously after missing a year of football due to injury. So I'm not really expecting much from him either. So I don't know where the chance creation's coming from. I just hope that playing three centre-backs, obviously Kusanov, Stones and Ake, we're just going to not concede. Because I don't really see us scoring, if I'm totally honest. And I don't know if that's me being negative, but I don't see where the goal comes from, if I'm being real. If I'm being 100% real, I don't see where the goal's coming from. So my personal prediction on the game is 0-0. Because I don't really see us scoring, and I kind of hope that we won't concede. Because again, if we go over the Leverkusen lineup, right? Obviously, we're not going to create any chances, in my opinion, and they've also got Flecken in goal, which is just two things that you don't want to be happening at once. And obviously they've got Tillman and Sheik up top. Obviously Grimaldo as well, very good going forward. But again, I just hope that our team, we can deal with that. You know, they're obviously playing the back three. And I'm not going to say too much on that, because I spoke about that in the Monaco game when we saw what happened. So, I'm not extremely optimistic, but, I don't think this is going to be the worst 90 minutes of all time, if I'm being honest. But I don't think it's going to be great by any stretch of the imagination, though. Like, I think this could be bad, but it could also be really good. It's one of those lineups where I'm not happy with the lineup, but half the time when I'm not happy with the lineup, we win. And when I'm happy with the lineup, we lose. So I hope that's going to be one of those cases, but, I just don't think I can get over the fact that I don't know where any chance creation is coming from. And that's going to be one thing I harp back to a lot. Unless, by some stretch of, by an absolute miracle, right, we see players creating chances, and Savinho and Bob both decide that they want to turn up today, then fairs. But again, I don't see it. Based on everything I've seen this season, I don't see where any chance creation comes from today. If anyone's got a different opinion on that, don't let me know. But right now, I don't know. I don't know where it's coming from, if I'm real. Actually, let me delete that tweet and let me get a better. Let me tweet that out again. 2 seconds. Let me tweet that out again. Oh, okay. I don't want to hear my own voice. I think I can't imagine many worse things than having to listen to my own voice, if I'm totally honest. And that's coming from someone that sits and edits YouTube videos. I don't think there's anything less enjoyable than editing a YouTube video, just based on the sole fact of I do not like listening to my own voice. And for someone that talks a lot, you'd think that, I like the sound of my own voice, when it's actually quite the opposite. Where's what I'm looking for? I've completely lost what I'm looking for. Oh no. Oh my days. Imagine if I could type. I've moved my keyboard so it's out of the way of my mic, and now I just can't type. I've just like lost like the whole like sort of ability in my fingertips to type, which is great, which is absolutely outstanding, do you know? But yeah, let's get back up to there. I think that's all good. I've accidentally opened the wrong tab. I was meant to open that one, and I can close that one down as well, I think. Yeah, I think we're all good on that front. Let me just put it on the on the TikTok. I am live actually. I put it everywhere else but TikTok. I always forget because I'm just absolutely hopeless. I don't know if anyone's actually able to tell, but like promo is possibly like my biggest weakness, if I'm totally honest. Nice. Now it's not even working. I kind of want to get it on a freeze frame where I don't look absolutely hideous. I don't know if that's too much to ask for. Yeah, you know what? It seems like it. It seems like it. There's not one freeze frame here where I don't look absolutely hideous. So I really do appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. You know what? That one I can get behind. Oh man. Oh, I don't want the music on there. What is, bro? TikTok's actually potentially the worst. There we go. There we go. There we go. Again, obviously, like the stream if you haven't already, and give me your score predictions, because again, for me, it's a 0-0. I'm seeing this has 0-0 written all over it for me. Potentially 1-0 Leverkusen, but again, 0-0. I just do not think things will go positively for City given the starting 11 we've put out. Especially the front three. The front three, I think things could get potentially long in the front three department. But other than that, like, I'm happy with the defense. And like, I think most people, like, when I actually look, if I was to go on Twitter right now, I'm not going to, because I couldn't think of many things worse than doing that. But like, if I was to go on Twitter now, I'd probably see most people having an issue with the defense rather than the front three, which is probably slightly different to, well, not slightly different. It definitely is slightly different to how I see things, because I can't even find one. Because it's just like, sometimes I feel like I'm screaming into the void, yeah, and no one's really taking me in when I say that Savinho's just not it this season. And I think lots of people try to tie it back to like Doku last season, and sort of, sorry, I'm trying to type some out as well while I do this. And how like people are like, oh, if you just give Doku time, he will obviously eventually succeed because he's good enough and he's got the talent. And you know, I was very much someone that peddled that sort of agenda, because it's very, very true. But Doku has something you can't teach, and that's the inept ability to beat his man. Whereas Savinho, like, he was kind of like that in the first few months of him being at City, but as of recent, I can't remember the last time I watched him beat his man. He just shows the I'm gonna change the thing on the screen because the chat looks way too small. I don't really like that. I'm gonna make it a bit bigger, I think. Does it look better like that? No. I think like that. I think I prefer it like that. Yeah, that looks like I could read it better. Defense is weak this time. We are taking this match very lightly. I think we end up losing 2-0. I don't think the defense is that weak. Again, like I said, I don't think the defense is that weak. I think Kusanov, Stones, and Ake, off of pure defensive merit, are probably 3 of our better all-out defenders. They might not be all of our best like footballing defenders. Again, I'd probably say, actually no, because I think the only one of our best footballing defenders that's not playing in that back lineup is Vardiol. When I'm talking about like technically on the ball and stuff, but I don't think any of the defenders are that bad at defending. Maybe Nori is slightly worse at defending than O'Reilly, and that's based just on physical stature. But I don't think the defense is really that much of an issue. Yes, maybe James Trafford, the occasion might get to him a little bit, and he might not play that well. But again, I just think the whole issue is the lack of creativity in the midfield and 2 wingers that literally Bob's too scared to take on his man and get injured again, and Savinho just doesn't know what he's doing with his feet. Savinho's feet move at 100 miles per hour, where his brain is moving at 60 miles per hour. So his feet are taking him somewhere, but his mind is so far behind what his feet are doing, he doesn't know what he's doing. Like, I just watch him play and he runs around like a dog, like a headless chicken. Like, there's no thought process that goes into what he's doing. Whereas you compare that to Doku, even at his worst. Whereas I could always see what Doku was trying to do. But Savinho, it just baffles me. It just baffles me. And the last 2 times that I've watched Savinho play football, and again, I'm only taking Premier League into this because obviously he was good against Villarreal. And again, I know this is Champions League, so that's the same tournament. But if I'm talking about the Aston Villa game and the Newcastle game, I think Savinho was absolutely horrendous in those games. And there are multiple other games this season where I can say the exact same thing about Savinho. But if I'm going to highlight the 2 that I think he was the worst in, was Aston Villa, because he was just throwing himself on the floor. He was trying to call fouls, and he was putting in silly challenges. I think when he came on, like, I was already annoyed that we were 2-1 down, right? And then he brings on Savinho, who just played absolutely terrible when he came on the pitch. Absolutely terrible. And then let's not even take into the fact that when he played against Dortmund, he got a yellow card because he got annoyed at the linesman and shoved him out of his way. Like, I just don't think he thinks. I just don't think his brain is switched on when he's playing football. And it's just frustrating to watch. And given a game where I just don't think we've got any standout attackers on the pitch, watching him play is going to frustrate me. So, you guys might be in for some banger content if that is the case, because I will get very, very agitated, because I do get very, very agitated watching him play football. And Bob, like, I really like Oscar Bob, right? I really like Oscar Bob and I want him to succeed. Same way that I want Savinho to succeed. It's just really difficult to defend him at the moment. But Bob, I just need him to try something. That's my issue with Bob. It's not that he's doing anything wrong. It's that he's doing nothing. He's attempting nothing and he's doing nothing. And it's really frustrating because I know he's a lot better than that. So, I think... And obviously Omar, my only issue with Omar is the fact that he's always offside. He's basically Gabriel Jesus 2.0. That's my only issue with Omar, is he's never onside. He's always offside. And you'd think someone that played in the Bundesliga against a high line all the time would know how to keep himself onside, but apparently he doesn't. But that's my only real critique of him, really. Maybe his first touch is a bit dreadful sometimes, but other than that, it's mostly just the fact that his inability to stay onside is my main issue with Omar. But yeah, other than that, is what it is. I'm not exactly hopeful for this game. But at the same time, if I have low expectations, I'm more likely to be impressed. Rather than if I have high expectations, I'm more likely to be disappointed. You know what I'm trying to say? How long we got till kickoff now? I actually can't see. We got 12 minutes. Bro, that's cap! Nah, I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing this slant. I'm not hearing this City slander right now. I'm actually gonna make this bigger. I do actually think that needs to be a slight bit bigger. Nah, vibes. I'm not hearing this slander, bro. I'm not hearing this slander, bro. I'm not hearing it, bro. I'm not, bro. My ears are closed. We'll have this conversation in May. Actually, given the way things are going, I don't know if I want to have that conversation in May. We'll have this conversation in May 2027. That's when we'll have this conversation. Postpone this conversation until May 2027, and I'm there. But I want thoughts on Barca versus Chelsea. I was actually having a look, right, because my friend supports Chelsea. And he said, I said on TikTok, yeah, if you don't follow me on TikTok, it is Nathaniel Knows Ball on TikTok, right? I was saying to him that I don't think the lap's been good enough in the last few games, and neither is João Pedro in the 10. I don't think João Pedro or the lap have very good chemistry in the games I've watched them play anyway. And I saw that both of them have obviously been dropped, with Neto starting as the 9, which I'm not 100% sure is the right decision. I think Neto's so much better off the right than he is as a 9. But it does mean that Estevao is getting a start, which I think is thoroughly deserved. He's been Chelsea's best player in the absence of Cole Palmer. Obviously, you've got Enzo in the 10. You've got Garnacho on the left, and I think Garnacho was good against Wolves. Obviously, he didn't feature against Burnley. You've got Reece James looking to be in the midfield next to Caicedo, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. The only bad thing that comes from Reece James playing in the midfield is that Malo Gusto is playing, and I don't think Malo Gusto is very good. Like, despite the fact that he scored against Wolves, I actually thought he was the worst Chelsea player on the pitch in the game against Wolves. I just don't think he knows what he's doing, like, defensively. And he's just a bit of a liability, in my opinion, Malo Gusto. Obviously, Fofana back in the team, Chalobah at centre-back, and I think Chalobah is better than Badiashile, and he's better than Tosin, so he's like the second best centre-back they've got available right now. And obviously, you're always going to have Cucurella at left-back. So I think they did the right... Enzo did the right thing by dropping the lap. But I probably would have played João Pedro in the 9. Because, you know, unpopular opinion, I think João Pedro has been better in the 9 for Chelsea than he has been in the 10. But yeah, I do think Barcelona should win that game. But I just think a front three of Neto, Garnacho, and Estevao against Hansi Flick's high line could cause absolute carnage. And I kind of think that might be why Enzo has went for that front three, because they will absolutely cook in transition, especially against Hansi Flick's high line. So, yeah. That's kind of my main takeaway from that game. I think Barca are obviously the better team. I think they've got the better players, but I just think that high line is always going to be their downfall in the Champions League. Simple as that. I think it will always be their downfall, and I don't think they'll win the Champions League playing football like that. My personal opinion. And I think Flick's a very good coach, but that's just the one thing I can't subscribe to is his high line. I can't subscribe to that idea, that ideology. That's not for me, man. That's not for me. That's not for me at all. Not for me at all. But yeah. What other games have we got on? I haven't actually really looked at what Champions League football is on this week, which is quite a surprise. So we've got Juventus should win that. I think Villarreal are better than Dortmund. I think from what I've seen from both teams, I think Villarreal should win that game. I think Chelsea will beat Barcelona like I said, based on the technicality of Hansi Flick's suicidal high line. I think Leverkusen will probably win tonight, if I'm honest. Marseille will beat Newcastle, which will be extremely annoying. Napoli should beat Karabag. And I think Bilbao will probably beat Slavia Praga. I don't know. Chelsea looking in form. I don't know if I don't know if I can subscribe to that idea as well. I've watched the last two if I could speak, the last two Chelsea games, and I can't lie, like, their actual performances in those games have not impressed me. Yes, was it 4-0 against Wolves, or was it 3-0? It was Gusto scored, Neto scored, Pedro scored. So it might be, was it 3-0? I think it was 3-0. Anyway, against Wolves and against Burnley, obviously 2 clean sheets, won both games, but I don't think the performances on the pitch were that impressive. But then again, the way I see Chelsea is a team that they'll perform to the level of their opposition. If they're playing against a good team, 9 times out of 10, or 8 times out of 10, they'll play good. But if they're playing against a bad team, they'll still get the result, potentially, but they'll also play bad. Like, when Chelsea play a lesser team, their performances tend to be worse than when they're playing a better team. Not saying that the result is worse, necessarily, but I think their performances when they play against a lesser team are a bit suspect. Especially in the last 2 games that I've watched as well. Like I said, these weren't really impressive to me, like, on the eye. But they got the 3 points, so I guess that's all that matters. But, you know, like, the performances just weren't it for me. But, you know, I kind of wish we could get away with doing that nowadays. But our performances, I can't remember the last time I actually watched City play and we were playing bad and we got a result. And I think that kind of shows the sort of position we're in now as a club. The fact that, like, we just don't seem to be able to even, like, scrape a result when we're playing bad, because when we're playing bad, it is bad. Like, again, I'll use the example of on the weekend. Foden missed 2 absolute glorious chances. Haaland, I don't even know what he was thinking that first time he ran through on goal and spooned it past, like, Pope. And then Newcastle were wasteful with their chances as well. But I think the difference was Newcastle's chances that they missed were good saves from Donnarumma. Whereas the chances we missed, the ball wasn't going on target. So you can be forgiven for missing big chances like Newcastle did. 1, because they won the game, and 2, because a lot of their big chances that they missed were saved by Donnarumma. Whereas all of the big chances City missed, Foden missed the target completely. Foden again misses the target completely because he was horrific. And then Haaland missed the target completely. So it's unforgivable to mess up a big chance and not get on target. You know, you can be cut some slack if the goalkeeper makes a good save. Like Donnarumma did for the 2 Harvey Barnes chances and the Voltemade header. But that's unforgivable, really, and there was no excuse. There was no excuse for that poor performance. And obviously it's good to see a lot of them not get game time today because they weren't very good. Any of them, really. Other than Donnarumma, in my opinion. But then we've got this team today where I don't think any of our attackers are any good, other than Marmoush. So, you know, I could be having the exact same conversation about today's game come Saturday when we're preparing to take on Leeds. But, you know, we'll see what happens. You know, again, I've predicted a 0-0 draw. Doku creates brilliant chances by him and then ends up like Aisha speed most of the time. Yes, it's one of those things. I think that is another thing. I think, again, it is something we've said kind of all season. Nobody other than Haaland wants to take chances and score the goal. And even Haaland missed an absolute sitter, which wasn't good enough. So hopefully with Haaland not on the pitch today, we see a goal. I don't know. Sorry, Omar Mamouche's aura farming on my screen right now for the Champions League anthem. So hopefully we see some goals and hopefully we see some good play. And Savinio and Bob can prove me wrong. But I'm not exactly optimistic. I'm not exactly optimistic, but, you know, we'll just hope for the best. We'll hope for the best. Again, I was optimistic for the for the Monaco game when we saw how that went. That was... Why is this not in full screen? There we go. I got the game in full screen now. Panic over. Panic averted. But yeah, I was optimistic for the Monaco game when we saw how that went. I thought we played horrific in that. So yeah, I just kind of don't want to drop needless points in the Champions League again, like we did last year. You know, I think we're obviously better off than we were last year in the Champions League. But sorry, I was just looking at the bench as well, just making sure that you know, I think we're better off this time than we were last time in the Champions League. But you know, again, we don't want to be in that position we were in last season at all, at any point really. So you need to be getting points here. You know, that Monaco game was very reminiscent of Feyenoord or other games in the Champions League we just completely threw away when we didn't need to, and these are winnable games. And today's a winnable game as well. Marmoush hat-trick. If Marmoush is creating his own chances, then he might get a hat-trick if he's taking a few pot shots, because we know he can shoot from range. But we've got to remember, he's playing with Savinho and Doku. Not Savinho and Doku, my bad. Savinho and Bob. And he's also got Mark Flecken in net. And I don't know if Mark Flecken's only good against City when he's in a Brentford kit. But, you know, Mark Flecken in goal, with two wingers that are in awful form, I think Marmoush might need to do some extreme heavy lifting. Some Eddie Hall levels of heavy lifting to get himself a hat-trick tonight. But, you know, I'd be very happy to see him get a hat-trick. So we'll hope for that. But, you know, I'm not too sure. I'm not 100% sure on that. I want to see a big Vinders performance today, though. If I'm wanting anybody to perform, other than the two wingers to prove me wrong, I want a big Vinders performance today. With obviously Bernardo and Foden not being next to him, I want to see him step up and be the man. Well, he won't be the man in the midfield today because I know that's going to be Nico, because he's just absolutely outstanding. But, you know, I want to see him have a standout performance today, if anything. But yeah, here we are. We're underway. Leverkusen get us underway at the Etihad. And you know, I just want us to play well. I think that's kind of the basic analysis of it. I just want us to play well. I want us to control the game. I want us to keep concentration. And hopefully that's what we get. I think we've got a lot of people that want to prove a point tonight, right? You know, we've got Kusanov and Ait Nouri trying to get back into the team with obviously the recent good performances of O'Reilly and Nunes when they've been, well, the other two that starting today have been injured. You know, you've got Lewis wanting to get in and amongst the starting 11 discussions again after the good performances of Foden and Bernardo Silva. And you've got Bob and Savinho just to, you know, want to be seen as not shit, basically. And obviously you've got Marmoush that's, you know, Marmoush is Marmoush. Marmoush is never going to start every game as the 9. So Marmoush's biggest point to prove is when he's playing on the left. I don't think he's got much to prove when he's playing as the 9 because he's never going to be the starting 9. I think his time to shine is when he's out on the left and if he really wants to get in the starting 11. But, you know, you want him to play well nonetheless. Okay, tell you what, Bob's beat his man. We could be cooking here. That's good pass inside to Omar. Never mind, he's given the ball away on the second pass. But you know, that was he did something there. Like he took a risk there, and that's what I want to see him doing again. Because I just haven't seen enough of that at all this season. I'd say other than against Wolves, but it's pretty easy to look good against Wolves. You know, Wolves were letting Malo Gusto score. We've got Ait Nouri now on the ball. Pass it to Savinho. Can he make something happen here? Passes the ball off to Kusanov, who does not look comfortable in that position whatsoever. You've got Ake now, Vinders. You know, we're keeping control of the ball, but this Leverkusen press is not as intense as what Newcastle had us under. Newcastle had us suffocating and making all types of mistakes, which again is what you expect when you go to St James's Park. And you know, we're playing at home today, so we shouldn't be under massive amounts of pressure from Leverkusen, but it's just about, just having a comfortable performance. And yeah, got Trafford on the ball. Pass it to Stones. Stones is going to jog it out. I think, I was about to say, is this the first game that I've done a watch along on where Diaz hasn't played? Because I always usually make the point of Diaz getting the most touches, but he's not. Alright, Bob's won it back. But yeah, of Diaz getting the most touches and receiving the ball the most, because everyone loves passing to Diaz. We've got Vinders now driving forward. He tries to pass inside to Bob. Bob misses the ball. It was poor from both of them there, really. Like, you've got to be completing that pass, but at the same time, like, the ball wasn't that far away from Bob. He needed to react like a bit quicker. But again, Leverkusen are just... Never mind, Leverkusen are just put out for a corner under, like, little to no pressure. Oh, get Flecken off my screen, man. Please, he doesn't need to be doing that. But yeah, Mazza just put the ball out under little to no pressure, trying to pass it back to Flecken. Which is, a good sign. It shows that, he's unnerved. He's not extremely confident. So we want to take advantage of that before he's given time to grow into the game. We've got Vinder stood over the corner. Hopefully he can take some better corners than what we saw on the weekend. Although our goal did kind of come from a corner a little bit. 50-50. It came from Newcastle not being able to clear a poor corner, should I say, rather than it coming from a City corner. I think is more accurate to say. So Vinder's on the corner. He whips it in deep onto Ake's head, who knocks it down. So it's not Savinho. Lewis shoots. Bob then crosses it back across to Ake, and Flecken, of course, makes a good save, because why wouldn't he? It's Bagan, ladies and gentlemen. It has Bagan. Let's look at that again. So good corner, actually, from Vinders. It's dealt with initially, but not only as far as Lewis. Then Bob's able to get back across to Ake, and yeah, Flecken makes a good save. Love from Egypt. Happy for my Marmoush to finally get a start. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for the support. And yeah, I want to see Marmoush start as many games as possible. But obviously, with him playing in the 9 tonight, you're not going to get much of that. I think he really just needs to kind of get a string of games on the left, really, and show why he can be better than Doku, because he's a good player. Very, 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 very good player, Marmoush. Someone that I do rate highly. It's just unfortunate that the two positions he's best in have our two best players in at the moment. Which is unfortunate for him, because I think he's an excellent player, and he was someone I was very, very excited for City to be signing when it came to January last year, or beginning of this year, should I say? But then again, I gotta love the North African footballers, man. Like, I was happy that we signed Ait Nouri, who's on the ball now, obviously representing Algeria, and then you've obviously got players like Cherki, who obviously represents France, but comes from an Algerian background. So it's always good to see in the Premier League. Always good to see. We've got Bob on the ball now. Kusanov, Stones, Lewis, Marmoush, Stones again. We're like 6 minutes into this game, and Leverkusen have not really seen much of the ball, except when they've been trying to clear out. Bob now, chance to run at the defender. Is that Grimaldo? It is Grimaldo. Doesn't take him on and ends up cutting back. Again, not exactly what I want to see him running at him. Like, that's why Doku's so successful. He'll happily, like, he knows in his mind what he's going to do as he approaches the defender, does it, either gets past him or sort of makes them commit a foul 9 times out of 10. Obviously, sometimes he does lose the ball cleanly, but a lot of the time he'll get past them or make them commit a foul. And I just feel like Savinho and Doku don't do that enough. Vinders now takes touch inside, back to Nico, and now it's Savinho. Go on, prove me wrong. Never mind, that is an absolute woeful pass. He gets the ball and I'm like, prove me wrong, and then he plays one of the worst passes inside I've ever seen. And now what is it? And now Leverkusen comes forward. How do you keep yourself up with so many less views and same enthusiasm? Really appreciating the passion. All Star started a YouTube channel and gave up in like 2. I think like what you've got to do, and what I do in particular, is I don't really look at the numbers, because looking at the numbers can be quite disheartening. You've just got to do what you enjoy, and I enjoy talking about football. I talk about football in my free time to my friends. So I just think about, if I do it in my free time, I don't really have to go out of my way to do it. So I can just sit here in front of the camera and give my opinion, and then hopefully people watch it. Really. Oh, Newcastle are 1-0 up against Marseille. It was Harvey Barnes. So it's like, if you're going out of your way to do something, for example, and it's not working, you're going to be a lot more disheartened than whether it's something that you do anyway and it doesn't work. So like, for example, you said that you started a YouTube channel. Yeah, were you doing something that you enjoyed, or were you doing something that felt a bit more like a job or like a task to do? Because, you know, if I wasn't making the YouTube videos, I'd probably be sat with my friends, talking to my friends, saying the exact same things that I'm saying on this stream, or, you know, in one of my videos. Like, if I wasn't doing this watch along right now, I'd be probably sat in a call with my mates, talking about my opinions on the match. I can do that with my friends and achieve nothing, or I can sit here on this watch along with 2 or 3 people watching at a time, with a chance of it obviously reaching out and creating something for myself in the future. So it's just like, you know, I know that I'd be doing this anyway, so I don't really get disheartened whether I have the views or not, because, you know, views come and go. You have ups and you have downs. I've had videos that have done really well, and I have videos that have done not so well. But I know that I'm doing this because I enjoy it, and not because I want to be successful, and the only reason I'm doing it is for money, basically. So yeah, that's kind of my advice, really. Is just to not really look at the numbers and do it because you enjoy it, and make content around what you feel passionate about, really. I like I've went on that whole little like monologue, and nothing happened in this game, like, at all. I was sat talking for like at least a minute or 2 straight, and literally I watched nothing happen out of the corner of my eye. Grimaldo now does have the ball on the Leverkusen left, and he skipped inside, but yeah, no, I need this pass back. But yeah, that's kind of it, really. Leverkusen have the ball in the box. Misses 1, misses 2. Huge block by Nori. Huge block. Is he going to be able to stop it going out from the corner? No. Leverkusen have their first corner. You know, it was a very, very well worked attack. I think the defending on the initial cross was not very good at all. You watch the cross come in. Yeah. Kusanov's not watching the run behind him. The original cross comes in. Stones and Nico have no idea. Ake just about misses the ball. Falls to the Leverkusen attacker, and Nori just throws himself in front of it. Oh, you're the man, Luke. You're the man. Good to see you in here. And yeah, I'm doing good. Hope you're well yourself. What are you saying on the lineup? Because I haven't actually been on Twitter. I don't have the app on my phone at the minute. I just got it up on my desktop and tweet out stuff when it's YouTube related. So I haven't really seen anyone's thoughts on the lineup or on the game. So I don't know. What you thinking on the team that Pep's put out for tonight? Trafford, let's not be doing that, man. We remember what happened at Spurs. Let's refrain from doing that in the box, please and thank you. Got Stones on the ball now, and I thought he was going to pass out to Kusanov, but he's ended up driving forward. Still got the ball. He passes it to Lewis. Are we losing yet? No, we're not. We're not. Brandon, we're not. We could have been losing, but we're not. It's still 0-0. Savinho has done some questionable stuff though. Which is to be expected, really. Got Vinders on the ball now. He passes it out to Savinho. It's a bizarre lineup. I don't know why he's rotating this much when we need to ensure a top 8 finish. I'm wondering if Newcastle riled him. The thing is, Newcastle definitely did rile him, and some of the mainstays in the starting 11, like I thought Foden in particular was very, very bad against Newcastle. I didn't think Bernardo was great. Haaland was ineffective. Doku was okay. I thought Doku and was good in spells, and I thought Donnarumma made some good saves. But, you know, on the whole, a lot of the starters weren't good enough, right? But my main issue with the lineup is the fact that, and I've said it time and time again in the stream, we've got nobody in the midfield that's going to create any chances, and we've got two wingers that are ridiculously out of form. Bob's got no confidence, and seems too scared to get injured again and doesn't want to take anybody on. And Savinho is just awful. And I don't know who out of Vinders, Nico, and Rico is going to create chances in the midfield, because none of their profiles really suit that sort of style of play, and none of them are really that creative, with all due respect to them. So I don't know where the chance creations is going to come from, unless it's Marmouche just basically shooting from 40 yards, because we know he's got that in him. And then obviously Flecken in goal. So the fact that we've got no one to create chances and Flecken in goal, I don't see us scoring today. But I do also think that a lot of the starters that started against Newcastle needed to be dropped, because they were probably getting too comfortable in their starting spots with how good a form they've been in recently, that they thought they could get away with an absolute disgraceful performance like on Saturday. Because we were wasteful. And, you know, there are people in this lineup like Kusanov and Aït-Nouri who have come back from injury and not been able to get into the squad due to good performances from O'Reilly and Nunes, that they've got a point to prove. So I think we should be good defensively. It's just going forward, I don't see it. You know what, Vibes, right? I now hope that in January, right? You are, I don't know. Let's say Saka's injured, right? Saka's injured in January, and you need an emergency loan for Savinho. And then I just hope that you have to watch that. So I say that Savinho's just crossed it into Vinders. Yeah, nothing came of it. So I can go back to slandering him without being proven wrong. Yeah, and I hope you just have to watch him for the second half of the season, because it's not pleasant, especially in his current form. It's not pleasant. When he's in good form, he's a joy to watch. But right now, I can't think of many things worse. You know, I'm all for him proving me wrong, but it's just not happening. To be fair, Madueke, when he's playing poor, plays a similar level to Savinho. Savinho, that was overhit. To be fair, him and Vinders are linking up well, in the sense that, like, they're able to find each other in positions, or at least spot each other in positions. But the execution of those actions isn't really being pulled off. And if I'm honest, I want to see Bob get more of the ball than Savinho, because I just want to see him do something. Like, he hasn't in the last few performances I've watched him club and country. He hasn't done anything. Obviously, he got an assist against Italy, so actually I'm wrong in that sense. But he doesn't really do much. And I kind of just want him to start doing stuff and get his confidence back, really. That's a good ball from Ake over the top to Vinders. It's not. It's overhit. And Leverkusen should get this clear, you'd think. But, you know. Again, we're 16, 17 minutes into this game. There's been, I'd probably say the best chance for us was Ake from that corner. I say that. Lewis overhit the pass to Savinho, and Leverkusen come away with the ball again on the counter-attack. And that's, again, it's just poor. It's just wasteful. And Aït-Nouri's got some defending to do. That looked kind of suspect. I'm going to need to see the replay of that, because that looks like Aït-Nouri slipped over and then pulled the man down with him in the box. And if so, that is not what you want to see. Savinho now does well, to be fair, to get out to Bob, and Bob can can bring the ball forward with Rico and Omar ahead of him. Takes on one, kind of lets the ball get away with him, but recontrols it. Now it's Vinders. Please don't shoot. Why does he do that? There's nothing that frustrates me more than when Vinders sees the goal and then instantly shoots. Tell you what, right? I think Poku's probably went down a bit too easily. But that could easily be a penalty because he's grabbed him by the waist, slipped over, and then not let go of him. So that could have easily been given as a penalty. I just think the attackers went over a bit too easily. Now it's Rico. Shrugs off one. Lays it back to Kusanov. And now we're just going to loiter on the edge of Leverkusen's box for a bit, waiting for an opening. We've got 8 Nori now. Vinders. Stones. Bob, please, just run at him. Run at him. No, he cuts it back to Kusanov. Stones. Bob. Kusanov. Is that a foul? No. Probably what? It looked like a foul, but ref said play on. Now it's Stones. Lewis is back up on his feet. Nico. Now it's 8 Nori. Tries to play it in behind to Savinho, but it is intercepted. And Leverkusen have the chance to get the ball up the pitch here. Kwanzaa now. He tried to flick it up. It does hit off Nico's hand. Oh, it doesn't matter anyway because Savinho's given the ball away. Savinho's now fouled Jarell Kwanzaa for no reason. Because he wasn't really going anywhere. There were... Oh, it was Tillman even. It wasn't even Kwanzaa, my bad. It was Tillman. He was about to run into Bob. Like, Bob was there to cover. There was still 2 midfielders behind him. That's a needless foul. And that's another one of my issues with Savinho is... For a winger, he commits a lot of needless fouls. And that's not really something you want in your winger. Like, it's not really something you want in anyone, really. Needless fouls are needless, but when that's the thing your winger does the most, you know, it's a tad bit concerning. But now we've got Rico on the ball. Goes out to Kusanov. Nico. And now it's Oscar Bob. Kusanov. Stones. 8 Nori. Savinho. Goes to take his man on, does beat him, then goes to get the cross in, and it's cleared away by Kwanzaa. But it was a decent cross. You know, and again, like, Savinho is good when he decides he wants to take his man on and try cross the ball. Like, he's very good at crossing. I just feel like he doesn't do it enough. He does all the things he's not good at instead of doing the one thing that he's really good at. Now it's Bob. He passes it back to Kusanov. Nico. Now it's Bob again. He tries to create space for himself down the right, but then goes back to Nico G. Now it's Kusanov. Stones. 8 Nori. Savinho. He can do one good move, like I said a minute ago when he got that cross in, and then he sits there and does needless step overs and passes the ball into a defender. Like, it's just so frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. I tell you what though, Pep's CP code is quite nice. I like that. I wouldn't personally buy it, but like, I respect it. Bob takes the ball out of play for a Leverkusen throw-in. We just need someone to take some risks, man. I just feel like we haven't taken that many risks in this game. And I don't think we've got that many risk takers on the pitch. Like, I think we should have at least started one of Shirky or Doku. But and Grimaldo's going to hit that. 1-0. 1-0 by Leverkusen. 1-0. I knew as soon as that ball came out to him, he was going to hit that and he was going to score. You just knew it. You just knew it. Everything you know about Grimaldo, and you're just like, yeah. So yeah, 1-0. And we'll have a little look at that again, and we'll look at what went wrong there. But yeah, you knew as soon as he was hitting that. Ball's played into the midfield. Tillman's completely unmarked. Bob doesn't get close enough to him. Nori's caught up the field. So Ake is stuck between two minds of going and closing his man down. Kusanov isn't strong enough with dealing with the cross, so is able to be brought down. No one's there to close down Grimaldo, and he just gets a free run onto the ball, volleys it. James Trafford has no chance. Yeah, that's dark. That's dark. That's very, very dark. As soon as I saw Grimaldo running onto that, I knew it was 1-0. There you are. There you have it. There you have it. 1-0 Leverkusen. And it's a really good finish from Grimaldo, but the defending was a bit poor. Ain't Nori caught out of position. I'd like to see how this group of players especially responds to that. Said the defence is fresh. Take the Champions League so lightly. Sorry, why is this not working? This is meant to be working. I don't know why it's not. That's fair. Why do you need to come in here and say, Isabel, why do you need to come here and say that? Isabel. And yeah, Brandon, we are losing now, yeah. I don't know if you can see up in that top corner, but yeah, we are losing, unfortunately. With first shot on target as well. Welcome back. Welcome back, Edison. We've missed you. You can see in our first shot on target. Beautiful stuff. Here comes Grimaldo again. I just don't even... Oh, man. And again, the worst part is no one's going to take risks and try to get us back into this game. The only way we get back into this game, I think, is from a Leverkusen mistake, or if we make subs. I don't think this starting 11 gets us back into the game at all. No chance. No chance. We've got Ake there. Stones. Was it because of a kanji? No. Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, Walker, Akanji, and Kovacic, two of them don't play for the club anymore, and one's injured, so I can't blame any of them. So that one is, there's no scapegoat for that one, unfortunately. If I could blame Akanji, I would, and if I could blame Kovacic, I definitely would. I know for a fact if Kovacic was fit, he'd be playing this game right now, and it would be sending me over the edge. Rico's just been fouled in the middle of the pitch, and it was a soft foul to give away as well. I'm not really too sure about that, but we'll take it nonetheless. Still Leverkusen 1, City 0. 26 minutes on the clock, and Stones is screaming for options. He's not happy with the lack of urgency the squad's playing with. Savinho inside to Winders. He plays it inside to Omar. Takes a touch, turns. Tries to get it inside to Kusanov. Does. Kusanov pings a ball over Savinho's shoulder, and that will go out for a Leverkusen throw-in. This is not good. This is not good. We'll see the goal again. Yeah, Nori's just kind of jogging back. That's very, very poor. Again, Kusanov not strong enough in dealing with a cross. Allows the Leverkusen player to flick it down, and bam, Grimaldo, the excellent finish, really. Excellent finish. Trafford had no chance. Yeah, again, I still think it's a mistake not having one of Shirky or Doku on this pitch, because no one else is taking any risks here. You know, Brandon. You know, we could blame Akanji. I think there's a Inter playing today. If Inter aren't playing today, they play tomorrow. So I might do an Akanji hate watch tomorrow. Vardiol does not look happy with what he's looking at right now. Neither does Bernardo Silva. I can tell Nico O'Reilly's thinking of that collab he's got up with HS coming soon. Is that actually 1-0 Chelsea? Who scored? Is it 1-0 Chelsea? Oh, it is Koundé. I find it funny that Koundé gets the own goal, because obviously he was heavily linked with Chelsea before going to Barcelona. Get Vardiol up front. Now, tell you what, Vardiol up front. If you put Vardiol up front and take Savinho off, put Marmoush left wing and Vardiol up front, and I actually think we're more likely to score a goal. You know, I actually think a front three of Vardiol on the left, Van de Ven on the right, and Gabriel up front is more likely to score a goal than the front three you've got out right now. I say that Marmoush has taken matters into his own hand and drove the ball a good 20 yards there. Now it's Savinho, so all of his hard work's about to be undone. I say that he has beat his man. He has crossed it in, and it's over Lewis's head, but now it's Marmoush. Marmoush now crosses it in. It's cleared initially. Nori's actually just spanned the shot out of play. I don't even know what to say about that. That was bad. But, you know, Savinho did well. Beat his man, got the cross in. Obviously, a little too much on it. It went over Bob's head, not Rico's. It went over Bob's head. There was no one at the back post to initially get onto that. Nah, because the thing is, though, yeah, it would, though, because you've got Gabriel up top, and he's just a freak in the air. And then you've got Van de Ven, who's just rapid. Like, I can see why he's always got a hamstring injury with the absolute speed and power that he runs with. And Vardiol is just a freak. Like, technically, he's just a freak off that left. So, yeah, I think they'd get a combined 15 goals in the Prem if they played as a front three. I think maybe 10 to 15 goals combined. But I don't know which one you'd have taking penalties, though. Because do you think Gabriel could take a penalty? I know Van de Ven can't take a penalty because he missed one in the Super Cup, didn't he? So who would you have on pens? Probably Gvardiol, I think. I don't know. Oh, no. Stones, no. What am I watching happen right now? Stones has just been pressured by, I think that was Grimaldo, to absolutely spanner in a touch in the City box. But luckily we've pushed Leverkusen back, and they've just popped a ball over the top of our defensive line, and it's claimed by Trafford. So half an hour gone. Leverkusen 1, City 0. Probably use his head from the penalty spot. Now you know the Pires Henry penalty. He'd get Vardiol to chip it up in the air for him to just head home. Oh man. Vinders now goes to play Savinho but doesn't. Instead he goes back to Stones. Right, this is exactly what I mean. Like, are we gonna try go forward? Like, we are 1-0 down, lads. I hope you are very much aware of this. Nori takes his man on. He gets it back from Savinho. Savinho again now. He plays a rushed pass to Kusanov, but he just about gets there, and then Bob's brushed off the ball, and Grimaldo comes away with it. This is dark. This is making for some hideous watching. Some hideous watching. Stones wins it back. Now it's Bob. Now it's City corner, I think. Nope. Goal kick even. Oh. I was about to say half time can hurry up, but full time could also hurry up. If I'm gonna be totally honest, this is diabolical. This is actually a lot worse than I thought it was gonna be. And that just sums it up. I like how Leverkusen are 1-0 up away from home when they're taking more risks than the team that are losing. Like, that just sums it up. Nori just about wins the ball back. And we're just going to play a bunch of useless passes. That's a suicidal pass back to Trafford. We're just going to play a bunch of like pointless passes in the middle and not really... we're going to progress the ball forward like step by step. And then someone's going to finally attempt a ball into the box and it's going to get intercepted. It happens every single time without fail. Got Nori now. It's probably been our most direct and threatening player. But then again, he was also at fault for the goal. So it's like, I can't even praise him too much. It is Nori now. He's bundled over on the edge of the box, but the ref says play on. And here comes Grimaldo. You got Schick up there with him, who's now ventured into an offside position. So Grimaldo goes for the switch. It goes over Ake's head. Nori is once again out of position and jogging back. Like, he'll do something good going forward, and then he'll just get caught out because he's just jogging back. And now he's down injured. I can't be bothered. It was a poor touch from him. He then looks up. He dives into the tackle, wins the ball, and then the follow-through just kind of... all of Quance's sort of weight just kind of lands on his foot. So I can imagine that one hurt a little bit, but... you know. Arsenal Bayern Munich tomorrow night. Liverpool PSV. Let's go around and have a little look at the scores around the grounds. So far, we have absolute. So actually, 2 seconds. Savinho's on the ball here. He makes his way into the box and is tackled by Garcia. Now it's Nico. He chips the ball up into Marmouche, just over him, and it goes out for a goal kick. So Juventus are 1-0 down to Bodo Glimt. Dortmund, Villarreal 0-0. Chelsea 1-0 Barcelona. Obviously Leverkusen are winning here at the Etihad 1-0. Marseille losing 1-0 to Newcastle. Karabakh and Napoli 0-0. And Slavia Praga, Athletic Bilbao 0-0. And Southampton are beating Leicester 2-0 in the Championship. At least one City Academy graduate scored today. Hopefully Rico can follow suit. Or maybe even James Trafford if he feels up to it. Like, do you know what I mean? Never write anything off. Oh. Yeah, that's going to be dark. Harry Kane is going to do some despicable stuff at the Emirates, and everyone's going to remember how much they hate him. Yeah. It's just gonna be nasty work. But like, at least it's at the Emirates, and you don't have to listen to that goal music every time he just slaps one in. Because Bayern Munich are definitely a team that I wouldn't want to play against this year. They've just got like, they just click, don't they? Like, especially Elise and Kane, they just click up top. That's a terrible pass out, but Bob's lucky to win that one back. But then he takes a heavy touch and loses it. So, like, what's the point? What is even the point in winning it back? What is the point in doing the hard work and winning it back when you're going to do that? Like, do you know what I mean? We're closing in on half-time. And it's still 1-0 Leverkusen. Ake's now committed a foul. Very, very soft foul, but it's a foul nonetheless on the halfway line. And Leverkusen obviously get the free kick. Flecken down. Jarell Quansah. That is a heavy pass back, but Flecken, of course, deals with it. Now it's Oscar Bob. Loose header. And Leverkusen still have the ball. Or is it a free kick? To Leverkusen, I believe. Yeah, this is making for some despicable viewing. Savinho now. 8 Nori. Nico, Kusanov, Oscar Bob, Stones. Oh man, excuse me. I'm not even tired. I think it's just like just how boring we're playing right now. It's close to putting me asleep, but you know, we've got Ake on the ball now. Kusanov. Stones. 8 Nori. Thing is, Nori's been one of our better players going forward, but I'm kind of tired of watching him go forward because I know he's just going to jog back and leave that left wing, like that right wing for Leverkusen wide open. Kusanov. Ake. 8 Nori. Savinho. 8 Nori. Ake. Omar Mamouche. Run straight into a Leverkusen player and now they can come away with it. And again, no one's really too interested in pressing here. So, you know, we've got 5 minutes of normal time left in the first half. It's still Leverkusen 1, City 0. And City really do not look like they want to get back into this game. It's just like everything's so half-assed. Whether that be defending, pressing, like even just trying to attack. Savinho now. Again, like all he has to do is tap that gently into Lewis and he probably scores. But he just rushes it again and it's overhit. And that's just kind of, just, you know, Nico, Stones does well to win it back. Nico, nice pass into Savinho. And Savinho just too heavy of a pass. And the ball escapes Lewis as he sits free in the middle of the box. You know, not saying Lewis is definitely going to score. Going to get food. Hope you're 3-0 down when I get back. I don't, personally, but, you know, there's always the potential for that. Here's Savinho. 8 Nori. Yeah, so Savinho's put out of play. That's brilliant. Kusanov wins it back. He plays it inside to Lewis. Lewis goes over the top to Mamouche. Mamouche can bring this one down. He's fouled. Finally, the ref's given a foul to Manchester City. That one was obviously a blatant foul. If he didn't give that one, then some questions were going to get asked. But, you know, there have been 1 or 2 fouls that Leverkusen have committed and they've got away with tonight. And again, that's not an excuse because we still quite simply haven't been good enough. And we're not good at set pieces anyway. So it doesn't matter if we get the foul. Like, nothing's going to come of it. If it makes you feel better, I have Mbappe and Inform Vardy. I had to go buy Inform Vardy, unfortunately, because I didn't get him out of Champs Rewards. Vinders just about keeps it on, and then skips past another, then crosses it back, sticks Savinho. Do not volley that. Alright, it was cleared, so I didn't have to watch Savinho volley that one over. Now it's 8 Nori. Inside to Lewis. Have we woken up a little bit now, lads? Because that was some good work by Vinders out on that right-hand side. 8 Nori. He looks up to cross it. Does cross it. It does not beat the first man. Now it's Bob. He can take his man on. Does. He then crosses it. Saved by Flecken. And then hooked out for a corner. Of course it was saved by Flecken. Of course it was, you know. You know, Bob does well. He does very well to get the right side of Grimaldo, to get the cross across, and obviously Flecken deals with it before. I think that's Ake can get there, because we had both Ake and Stones attacking the box there. So that was good from Bob, you know. That was good. We've now got Savinho taking the corner. 2 minutes of normal play left in this first half. Savinho takes the corner, and it's straight into Flecken's hands. That was a terrible, terrible corner. He planted that corner straight on the goal line. Like, Flecken's not even come out to claim that. He's literally just aimed the corner and planted it straight on Flecken's head. So poor. So poor. So poor. And I think Leverkusen will just see out this half now. Say that. Tillman picks up the ball. 8 Nori wins it back, I think. I'm not too sure. No, it was a Leverkusen throw. 1 minute of normal time left, and I doubt there'll be much added time because there hasn't been many stoppages in this game, if I'm honest. Garcia now. He slips on the ball and it's taken by Nico, and now it's Vinders, and now it's Vinders, and now it's Vinders, and again he shoots straight at Flecken, and Flecken of course makes the save. And I don't even think he's made the right choice by shooting there, if I'm totally honest. He definitely hasn't made the right choice with the placement of the shot. That was a terrible, terrible shot. And Vinders' decision making in that position just needs to improve. It just has to. It is simply not good enough. Simply not good enough. Because Kusanov going to deal with that one. He does. Araujo red card. That is a fork found in kitchen moment right there. Araujo getting a red card. So there we go. It is 1-0 going into half-time to Leverkusen. I'm going to quickly run to the toilet, and then I'll give you my half-time analysis. Is it going to be particularly, complimentary of City? No, not really, but you will get my half-time analysis in just 2 seconds. Okay, we back. What's being said? Leverkusen vs City is over now in favour. 100%. 100%. But let's go on Twitter, right? Let's load up again, one of my least favourite things of the day. Let's get some reaction from around the camp on this City game, right? Let's have a little look at what we're seeing. Is it going to let me refresh the timeline? You'd hope so. You'd hope it would let me. Let's have a little look. If you put in Savinho's brain in the cow, it would start barking. Savinho is poor. Yep. Yeah, it's not. We've got literally no risk. Again, no risk takers in the squad. Savinho's not good enough. Nori defensively is so suspect. And, you know, it does pain me to say that, but he is extremely suspect defensively. And, you know, it's just not an enjoyable viewing experience, is it? But, like, by any stretch of the imagination. Like, you know, none of this, none of what I've seen has been positive. I think we've had probably two, three standout moments, I'd say, in this game. We've just not. Yeah, it's just not good enough. Like, I don't know what more I can say. I just feel like I'm saying the same things over and over again. Because there's no risk takers. No one's taking any risks. There's no urgency in this game at all. Savinho and Weinders have some of the worst decision making in the final third I've ever seen. Nori jogging back, not a fan. Like, it's just not good. Like, it's not what you want to. It's not what you want to see from your team, is it? It is just not what you want to see at all. It's not what you want to see at all. And I want subs in the second half, if I'm honest. I want to see either Doku or Shirky come on. I want either one of Doku or Shirky to come on. And for Savinho, I think... Nah, because you couldn't place... Because then... Now I'm trying to think, because you don't really want Bob on the left. I don't know. I think Doku has to come on for Savinho, or as harsh as it is to say, because I don't think he's been absolutely terrible, but probably Shirky on for Bob, because I just think he's just got more of an X factor to him, and it would definitely be like Shirky's sort of like time to stamp his authority on this team, a bit like he did against Swansea, but just against better opposition in like a more meaningful game. It's just because I won't even bring Foden on, because his performance on the weekend just doesn't warrant any game time today. I don't think bringing Haaland on even makes a difference, because we haven't even really got the ball in the box. Like, there's not one moment in this game where I thought, yes, if Haaland's on the pitch, we score there. You know, like, it's just, everything's so lackluster. We're so lethargic in possession. Like, we've just got that arrogance of, we'll score eventually. But we've seen over the last 2 seasons, we don't just score eventually. We don't. Like, I've seen too many games over the last 2 seasons where we haven't scored. Or where we scored one lucky goal. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? We're just not very good when we go behind, are we? We're just not. Have we won a game this season where we went behind first? We went behind first. That's a stupid question. Where we concede first. Have we won one? Yeah. Let me try to refresh my memory. Obviously, Wolves, no. Lost to Spurs, Brighton, United. We scored first. Arsenal, we scored first. Liverpool, we scored first. Bournemouth, we scored first. Burnley, we scored first. Everton, we scored first. So no, like, I don't think we've won a game. The only game we've won this season where we've conceded first is Swansea. I think, if someone might need to correct me on that, but the only game we've won where we've conceded first has been Swansea, which isn't good enough. It's just not good enough in the slightest. So poor. So poor. Just unbelievably poor. Yeah, I'm looking at this Vinder's chance again, and I'm just like, it's very poor from Garcia. He has the chance to pass to Marmoush, doesn't. He then could pass to Nico, doesn't, and then just takes an awful shot. It's the tunnel vision he gets in front of goal, considering his finishing ability, is actually woeful. I actually think his goal on the opening day of the season has actually been a detriment to our season rather than a positive. Because I don't think he thinks he's someone he's not in front of goal, and I'm starting to see that more and more. We've got Foden, Doku, and O'Reilly warming up. Again, I want to see Doku. I won't mind seeing O'Reilly, just because like he's also good going forward, and he's just more willing to defend than Aït-Nouri is. Aït-Nouri's not willing to defend, and I actually think that is a reason why he could get subbed off, because Pep doesn't like a player that's not willing to defend. So I think that could be a way we see something that we see happen is him get subbed off because he doesn't want to defend. Because we saw that with the goal. I don't know why he wasn't defending. Why he wasn't covering that gap. That goal came from him not being in position. So, yeah. It's one of those, though. It's one of those. It's just not. Again, I just want to see some subs, man. That's just what I want to see. Just bring me some subs. Bring me some subs. Bring me some subs. Subs to the channel as well. Pep needs to bring me some subs in the second half, and you man need to bring me some subs on the channel. Get me to 1K. 1K is still the goal. Can I slap that? 1 moment. Is there a way I can slap that up? 1 moment. Where is it? It must be on here somewhere. Must be on here somewhere. Here we are. I think I found it. Oh, let's say we'll finish it. What's the date today? 25th. 26th of the 11th. 25, yeah. Oh wait, I've actually got to put the dashes in, bro. What is this, bro? I'm so bad at all the technical stuff. I put 35, bro. That's 10 years. Date must be... Oh, bro, it's got to be this American format. I'm not about that. That's not me. I'm not a fan of that. That doesn't look right to me. Like, does that come up? Can I even see that? I don't even know where that is. I'm doing all of this and I can't even see that. What's going on? Yeah, nah, this is... I'm not liking this. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even see that. That was a waste of my time. I've wasted my time and I've wasted your time. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. That was a waste of all of our time, man. I thought I was onto something there. I thought I was going what is it? I thought I was going my mind went blank. I thought I was going like expert streamer mode. I thought I was going pro streamer mode. I thought I was going Mark Goldbridge mode. I was in fact not. I'm as good as this technical stuff as Savinho is as taking his man on. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I just do the talking to the camera. That's me. All of this other stuff, like, Like, see these graphics I've got here. They're so simple to make, and it took me so long to work it out. I've done this before in a stream. Let me bring it up if I can find it. Let me bring it up. Let me bring it up. I think it's like, look at what I've got, how I've got it set up right now. Oh, that's an awful freeze frame. That's a slightly better freeze frame. If I just get like that one. Yeah, there we go. Like, look at that. Like, are we seeing this? Are we seeing all of this? Like what is that? You compare what is on your screen right now to this. Yeah. Like, this is Doku. This is Savinho 2025. And this is Doku 2025. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Do you get what I'm trying to say? I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Let me get rid of that display capture before I accidentally bring it up when I've got the game on and get my channel taken down. Because that's not what I'm trying to get happen today. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I hope you get that, you know. Let's look at these goals then. Is this Newcastle? Yeah, because that's Tonali crossing it in. Yeah, and Harvey Barnes scores again. Because Harvey Barnes is, you know, we've revived Harvey Barnes' career, because I don't. All right, Foden's coming on. That does mean I'm gonna have to watch more for Savinho. But Foden, bro, I've got trust, bro. I've got trust. One moment, let me just go and, like, bro, I've got trust, bro. I've got trust. We're locked in. Oh, Doku's on as well. Now we're back. We're so back. We're unbelievably back. O'Reilly's coming on. We're so back. Let me update this. Oh, wait. No, I've just spelled Foden wrong because I've accidentally put a 0 in there. We're so back. Who's Doku on for? Is that for Savinho? I'm going to say that's on for Savinho. I missed it. I was looking at the wrong screen. And I missed who Savinho, who Doku. Doku came on for Bob, so that means I still have to watch Savinho. Alright, we're not back. Oh man, I haven't even done the... Oh man, I'm having a mare. I'm having such a mare right now. I'm so behind on everything. I got gassed by the subs, and I haven't even done the... Nah, we're not back. There we go. There we are. I thought we were back. And I knew Ain't Nori was gonna go off after that defensive. Oh. There we are. Now we're back. We're so back. We're back. Everything's up to date. We're so back. Savinho just took his man on. We're back. Viners has slipped over. Foden's misplaced a pass. O'Reilly's committed a foul. We're not back. I retract all of my last statements. We're not back. But yeah, no, I'd probably agree. I'd agree with the subs we made, right? Other than the fact we brought Bob off instead of Savinho. Because again, Ain't Nori was good going forward, but defensively he just wasn't there. He just was not present defensively. Yeah, so, you know, we could get back into this game after these subs now. I've got some hope. There is some optimism back in this for me. Stones with an absolute belter of a pass over the top, but Vinders miscontrols it. He does keep it in, though. And he tries to find Doku, but it's intercepted. O'Reilly's got the ball, though. Doku. even. Doku. Oh, Doku's misplaced the pass. He's got the Savinho bug, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Oh, man. Nah, see, I've got some life into me now. Those subs have injected life into me. No, they haven't. Foden's lost the ball. I'm lying. I'm a generational liar, ladies and gentlemen. Nah, now Garcia's got the ball. Oh, no. Oh, no. Alright, now we've got men back. And our left back's actually back to defend. Okay. Now we could be back. We could be back. I'm flip-flopping right now. I'm like a pendulum. Is it a pendulum? Yeah. I'm like a seesaw. I'm just... I need to make my mind up, but... I think we might be back. No, we're not back. We're not back. We're back. No, we're back. We're back. No, we're not. We're not back. Savinho's just been skimmed by Tillman. We're not back. Grimaldo with the cross. We're not back. It's corner to Leverkusen. See, the only positive I'm taking from this is Ten Hag's not their manager anymore. Because that would have been a dark day. This would be a dark day for football. Oh, Kusanov, what a tackle, my boy. That's what we like to see. Foden, come on, I need you to make up for your errors on the weekend. I need you to do something for me. Rico wasn't doing it for me. So, Omar. Keep going. Oh, that's peak. Oh, okay, Omar's now committed a needless foul on. I think that's Garcia. It's good work initially from Omar to get onto the loose pass, but the touch round the defender, I think it was Quanta, was a little too heavy. Oh, yeah, it was Garcia that he fouled. Leverkusen have still only had one shot on target, and they've scored that. So make of that what you will. The City of Old are back. Trafford definitely graduated from the Edison School of Shot Stopping. Stones. Kusanov. Nico. Kusanov. Stones. Haaland warming up along with Nunes, and I don't even know who the other one is. Is that Shirky or was that Vardio? Savinho attempted to take on his man and won a throw-in. So that's something. Like, he didn't beat his man, but we kept possession. So we're already back at the halfway line with Stones, because we're allergic to going forward, apparently. Okay. Stones. Nico. Stones. Kusanov. Omar Mamouche now misplaces a pass, but it's one back by Nico. Foden. Savinho now. Gets past Grimaldo. But Leverkusen do eventually get the ball back. Kusanov now heads it down to Vine. No. Nico gets the ball back. Then he passes it to Nico O'Reilly, who shoots, and it's straight down Flecken's throat. That was that's awful decision making. Actually, I don't know why he did that. Actually, the space opened up for him. To be fair, I'll give him that. Omar was screaming for it, but it wasn't a good enough shot. Didn't test the goalkeeper at all. Marseille have scored. It's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to equalise. Another poor pass from Vinders. I don't know, this Vinders performance, man, I'm not subscribing to the Vinders hype train anymore, man. I'm jumping off. I got Tillman on the ball. Ronaldo, the goal scorer now. He passes inside. Cross comes in. Schick heads it. 2-0. 2-0. Patrick Schick 2-0. And that's weak goalkeeping by Trafford. Very, very weak goalkeeping by Trafford. It's weak defending as well. Patrick Schick jumps, heads the ball, 2-0. Tillman with a ball over to Grimaldo. Grimaldo takes a touch. Ake, very, very weak in the air from Ake, and it's weak goalkeeping from Trafford. The cross comes in, very, very good cross. Ake, absolutely nowhere near it. Very poor defending and poor goalkeeping from Trafford as well. Trafford was just not ready for that at all. He was not set for that at all, and now it's 2-0 to Leverkusen. This is bad. Tell you what, though. Did we not have a 2-0 prediction in here earlier? I feel like we might have had a 2-0 prediction in here earlier, you know. But yeah, now I don't see us getting back into this game at all. It's already 2-4. Oh, that's dark. I wouldn't have stayed. I would have, but if I was you, yeah, and it's 2 a.m. So it was about It was about 2 a.m. like 10 to 2, right? 1:50 in the morning, right? Maybe 1:30 in the morning, and you see that lineup, and you're not thinking, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go to bed. Like when it came to the Club World Cup, there were a few games where I was just like, I'm not staying up until that time to watch the game. Doku, O'Reilly, Doku. Oh man, this is so dark. This is so sinister. Ake now. O'Reilly. Stones. He whips the ball into Savinho. Savinho's terrible. It's not like you didn't know that already, but I just felt like I needed to say it again. Savinho's absolutely terrible. A good ball by Stones though. Ake now. Kusanov. Savinho. Gets the cross in. Misses Marmouche. Nico runs onto it and he's dispossessed. Savinio, Ake, O'Reilly, Doku, Ake, Doku, inside by Doku to Stones. Stones passes it to Ake, and now it's Doku. Now it's out to Savinio. Cross comes in from Kusanov. It's hooked away by Leverkusen, and now it's Ake. Stones, O'Reilly, Doku. Beats one, terrible pass. This is bad. This is so bad. This is so bad, ladies and gentlemen. This is some of the worst I've ever watched. Gonzalez wins it back. Winders. He then passes it through to Omar Mamouche. Omar Mamouche is brought down. Savinio tries to run onto it, can't because Mamouche is on the floor. Mamouche has now slipped. Make it stop. Someone please make it stop. Like, it's just not enjoyable, is it? It's just not. Trafford, no, what are you doing? Shiggs has absolutely turned Ake and ruined his day. What is happening? Oh, make it stop, please. Oh, I don't even know what to say anymore. This is really bad. The cross comes in. Savinio gets it back. Savinio's won a foul on the halfway line. Is this a foul? Savinio could have definitely went round him there. Savinio's foul baiting as per usual. Yeah, you look at this, and yeah, there's a miscommunication between Trafford and Stones. Yeah, Trafford's not up to this, unfortunately. Trafford is not up to this whatsoever. This has been hideous viewing, ladies and gentlemen. Hideous viewing. Doku now dispossessed. Grimaldo did get a yellow card for that challenge though. Stones. Aubameyang just made it 2-1 to Marseille. Foden. Corner to Manchester City. Oh, Foden's now on the pitch. Now I get to watch even worse corners than I watched in the first half. Haaland, Shirky, still warming up. Pep does not look happy, and tell you what, I'm not happy either. This is sinister. Winders on the corner. Cross comes in, and it's terrible. And now it's a goal kick to Leverkusen. Yeah, Marmouche doesn't react quick enough at the back post to the ball falling to his feet, miscontrols it, and it goes out for a goal kick. Shirky and Haaland are now stripped and ready, so that should hopefully be the end of Savinio's night. You know, you take the positives, you take the small positives from this, which is the potential of not having to watch Savinio for the last half an hour of this game. Obviously, the negatives are I still have to watch the rest of the individuals on the pitch play football, and at the moment, that's not a very fun thing to watch. Like, I don't even think I'm being hyperbolic when I say this is probably some of the worst football I've ever seen. Because just nothing's happening. We haven't made anything happen. Doku can hopefully change that. No, never mind. He's passed back to Ake. Savinho. Kusanov. Stones. He's played it to Foden. Takes it on the half turn. Now to Doku. Doku to get the cross in. And it's a corner. It was not a good cross at all. I think Grimaldo could have definitely let that one go out. But City get a corner. Again, it's not like we're going to do anything from it. I'd say giving away a corner against City is more beneficial than getting the goal kick. Now Foden with a cross. Yep, see, there they are. Because, no, Savinho prevents the counter-attack. I thought I was about to be proved exactly right there. Because we went short, didn't beat the first man with the cross. And then there was, I think, Patrick Schick ready to break away, but Savinho got there first. Nico. Ake. Doku. O'Reilly. Stones. Kusadov. Stones. Nico. Ake. Go on, go out to Doku. Doku now. Again, tries to beat his man. This time he doesn't. No, Leverkusen come away with it. Leverkusen corner given away by Ake. Are we going to see the subs now? Yep. So, Haaland on for Marmoush. And who was that? Oh, does that mean Savinho's still on the pitch? And Kusan. Oh no. Oh. So there we go. Shirky on for Kusanov and Haaland on for Marmoush. Now it's Foden. Now it's Haaland. Savinho. Oh my god. It just doesn't stop, does it? Shirky now. He whips a cross in. He finds Doku. Doku whips it back across and Kwanzaa clears it. Reinders, Savinho, Reinders with the cross. Haaland heads it out for a goal kick. 65 minutes on the clock. Leverkusen 2, City 0. Yudi, you can shush. I see you in the chat. Manchester City win 3-2. Joseph, my friend. I need to know where you get that level of optimism. Show me where I can buy that level of optimism. I would like to invest because I don't see that. I don't see that happening at all. Like, I don't see that happening at all. Obviously, like the stream if you haven't already. Especially like the stream if you're enjoying watching my my misery. Savinho. Oh, he's actually terrible. I can't watch this anymore. I can't do it. I can't do it. Is there a way to get my TV to turn off every time he touches the ball? Reinders. He crosses it into absolutely nobody. Wow. That was really something. Not in the good way. That was really something, and not in the good way. Because that was dark. I didn't enjoy that. Ake, Foden, Shirky. He tries to find Haaland. Now Flecken has the ball. I'm not having fun. I am not having any fun. Do you know? Like, cause like, sorry, excuse me. I think like even on the weekend, yeah, like we were bad on the weekend, but at least we created chances. Like we missed a lot of chances, but at least we were creating chances. I don't even remember the last time we created a good chance this game. It's just not. It's not enjoyable. I'm not enjoying this. And here they come again. It's Grimaldo. He shoots and he hits it off Schick, who was offside. Trafford does finally make a good save. It doesn't mean anything though, because it was offside. But, you know. You'd hate to be Schick there though, to be fair. He just stood offside, just hoping the ball doesn't hit you. And where does the ball land? Like right in your side. O'Reilly misplaces the pass to Haaland. Now it's Shirky. Savinho wins the corner. I don't think we've got any attackers on the bench anymore, so I now think I've got to watch Savinho for the full 90 minutes. Shirky tries to get the crowd going. He takes the corner short to Foden. Foden then goes back to Shirky. Shirky takes the ball into the box, tries to go past Grimaldo, tries to cross blocked. Now Schick comes away with the ball. And now Leverkusen have a 3-on-2. O'Reilly's back. Ake wins the ball. O'Reilly wins the ball even. I thought Ake won it originally, but he didn't. Now Foden plays through Erling Haaland. Tries to go around Flecken, but of course Flecken's superhuman, and he gets down quick enough to save it. Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? It is one of those. It's the Mark Flecken show. But then again, he hasn't even had that much to do because we just haven't been good enough at all. Yeah, this is not enjoyable. This is not enjoyable in the slightest. 70 minutes on the clock now. 20 minutes left. Still Leverkusen 2, Manchester City 0. And I don't even, like, I've just ran out of words to describe this performance. Like, nothing we, like, try goes right. And, like, and I'm not even saying we've been unlucky. Like, I'm like, we're just poor. We're just so bad. But then when we try to do something, it doesn't come off anyway. It's just so bad. Ake now fouls Schick, but Leverkusen come away with the ball. And now Garcia finds the ball, and it is blocked by, I don't know who blocked that. Oh, it wasn't Garcia, my bad, that was Mazza. Got the ball. Who was that blocked by? Was it Weinders? Yeah, it was Weinders. A decent block by Weinders, and then now it's going to be a Leverkusen corner. And I don't even see us countering from this corner as well. Because it's just like, I just don't see anything of any worth. coming from this. Ref gives a foul in the box. It's going to be a free kick to City. 72 minutes on the clock. Leverkusen 2, City 0. And it's not getting any better. Like, one thing I can say is it's not getting worse, but it's not getting any better at all. O'Reilly now, Doku. Passes inside to Foden. Foden then passes it to O'Reilly. It's a very weak pass though. Now it's O'Reilly again. Ake. Doku goes on the inside to O'Reilly, who crosses it. Haaland takes the touch, turns, blasts it over the bar. Like, way over the bar. And that just sums it up. That just completely sums it up. Oh, I believe we lost this game from minute one. We 100% lost this game from minute one. The team that's been put out on this pitch was simply not good enough. Like, I don't know what his thought process was, playing the team that started this game out. But I can't even fully blame it on those rotation players, because the big guns have come on the pitch and they're still not playing well. So this is really not good. Foden now. Vinders. Savinho. Well, this international break has fully killed our form. Like 100%. Ake. Foden. Tries to play Haaland. Kwanzaa gets there first. Of course he does. Flecken now. He's rushed by Savinho. Takes a horrible touch after Haaland pressed Flecken. Foden. Haaland crosses it back stick. It's dealt with again by Kwanzaa. Tell you what though, Slot must be watching. I bet Slot's watching this game, kicking himself, thinking, "Why did I get rid of Kwanzaa and keep Konate?" Like, because the levels I'm like, he's actually willing to defend. Is what I'm seeing. Is a stark contrast between the game we played against Liverpool and the game we're playing right now. Is Kwanzaa's happy to defend and get dirty, whereas neither Van Dijk or Konate are willing to do that. We've got another corner now to be taken by Foden. We're still 2-0 down. At home. Cross comes in from Foden. To the back stick. Ake tries to whip it back across, but again Leverkusen deal with it. Now Trafford comes out to get the ball. He plays it to Vinders. Shirky. Ake. Shirky. Vinders. Nico. Doku. Takes on one. He finds Shirky, who then tries to find O'Reilly, but the pass has got a little bit too much on it. Leverkusen clear the ball. It hits off Doku and goes out for a Leverkusen throw. Simply not good enough. Vinders tries to win it back. Muscled off the ball. Doku gives away a throw-in. 14 minutes left to go. Still Leverkusen 2, City 0. And that score does not look to be changing for the better anyway for City. Because we're just absolutely hopeless in front of goal. I won't even say in front of goal. I'd say we're hopeless in front of the box. Nico. Ake. Doku. Fouled. Free kick to City. That was good from Doku, you know, like, and that's one thing I've got to give it to him when he's come on the pitch. Like, not everything he's tried to work, but he's tried to make things happen, and I'll always respect that from a player. Even if it doesn't work, even like half the time, as long as you're trying to make something happen, I can never fault your performance. It's when you're just like, we're playing passive, like half the other people in this team are trying to do, playing passive when we're losing. It's just simply not good enough. And Pep's not happy with it either. So we've got Shirky and Foden to step over this free kick. It goes short to Doku. Doku cuts it back to Shirky. Shirky looks to shoot. Then tries to get the cross in. It's blocked. O'Reilly wins it. Heads it back forward to Haaland. Knocked down to Foden. Now it's Doku. O'Reilly. Vinder's screaming for it. He goes to Stones instead. Stones now to Doku. Doku for the cross. Headed clear. Now Vinders gets there before Schick. He tries to cross it in. Doesn't even beat Grimaldo, the first man. And then he clears it only as far as Doku. Nico. Vinders. Vinders crosses it in. Ake heads it straight into Flecken's gloves. 12 minutes left. Still Leverkusen 2, City 0. Grimaldo. Cross claimed by Trafford, and now it's O'Reilly. Nico. Vinders. Vinders, Shirky. He passes it to Foden, who then tries to help it onto Haaland. Doku. Shirky. Shoots, blocked. It was good work from Doku there. If I had to like give a man of the match for a City player, it's honestly Doku since he's come on. Nobody else again comes close to the level of effort or even like the performance that he's. Have y'all been missing chances? I wouldn't say we've been outplayed. I don't think outplayed is the way to describe it, because that would like indicate that we've tried to play football, when I wouldn't even say that's the case. We haven't created chances at all. We've played too passive. So yeah, I think saying we've been outplayed is too complimentary to the effort level. Go on, Doku. Oh, it's blocked. I think saying we've been outplayed is too complimentary to the effort levels that have been put in by so many City players today. I just say we haven't turned up at all or tried to do anything. Everyone's been too passive. No one's really tried to make anything happen other than Doku since he's been subbed on. He's the only one that's really tried to take any risks. We were 1-0 down for about 20 minutes in the first half. We didn't look to create any chances. It took us bringing on our best players, and we still look absolutely hopeless in front of goal. We've missed the little chances that we've had, but to say we've created much would be like an overstatement. Doku again. He falls over on the edge of the box. No foul though. So I'd just say we haven't turned up, and Leverkusen have taken their chances very well. But yeah, you know, no disrespect to Leverkusen when I say that we haven't been outplayed. I just think saying we've been outplayed, like I said, is too complimentary to the effort levels that some of the City players have put in today. It's a lackluster and underwhelming performance from a lot of these players. Savinho now. Yeah, you're terrible. Please get off the football pitch. I can't watch it anymore. I physically cannot watch Savinho play anymore. Shirky pounces on that loose touch. He shoots. It's a goal kick. It's just like, you know, and Leverkusen take so many loose touches in and around their box, and we've just not punished any of them because we're absolutely hopeless in front of goal. So yeah, it's not been good at all. Nathan Teller coming on the pitch now though. I can't defend Savinho anymore. I really wanted him to succeed. I was a huge fan of him when he joined, but his performances this season have just not been good enough, and it's like he's just so frustrating to watch. But like at the same time, we were gonna sell him for 70 mil and sign Rodrigo, and I don't think I would have enjoyed watching Rodrigo play that much either. So if I'm honest, I kind of wish we'd have sold him and kept the 70 mil. Because what I'm watching from him is atrocious. Shirky, no. It's just I don't even have words to describe what's happening in front of me right now. Folded, Shirky, fouled, free kick, right on the edge of the box. Still 2-0 down though with only 7 minutes of play to go, but we do have a free kick in a dangerous area. So I'd like to think we could at least get a consolation goal here through either Foden or Shirky. But Mark Flecken is in goal, so again, I don't see anything happening. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like watching Savinho play football, but I know I also would not have enjoyed watching Rodrigo play football. So, like, it would have been a lose-lose situation unless we just sold him and kept the money. But then we wouldn't have had another winger. So, again, it was every option there was a loss. Shirky now on this free kick. And it's saved by Flecken. It's a good free kick, but it's again obviously saved by Flecken, because why wouldn't it be saved by Flecken? Let's see this again. Yeah, it's a good free kick, but you know, it's always a decent free kick. I won't say it's a good free kick. It's a decent free kick, but of course it's saved by Flecken. Now we've got Vinders. Too weak in possession, but we've still got the ball luckily. And now it's Ake. O'Reilly. Nico. Savinho. Get off the pitch. I can't keep doing it. I cannot keep doing it. Like, it's the same thing every single time he gets the ball. Every single time he gets the ball. Like, please do something productive. Please. Now cross comes in for Schick, and it's headed clear by Stones. 5 minutes of normal play left. Still Leverkusen 2, City 0. O'Reilly. Tackle by Mazza. Now it's Garcia. Now it's Mazza again. Now it's Foden. He clears it up the pitch to Shirky. He gets it to Savinho. Savinho's now slipped over. He is now went to turn and he slipped over and given up possession. You cannot write it. You cannot. Shirky now shoots and it's saved by Flecken. He's slipped over. Under no pressure, he has fallen over and lost the ball. I'm in disbelief for what I'm watching. I can't. I just... Oh, man. He's... Nah, I'm not even gonna think about it anymore. Corner for City. Haaland tries to flick it on. Cleared by Garcia. Yeah, we're terrible. We're terrible. We're absolutely honking. I'm going to quickly check the scores around the grounds. Juventus are now 2-1 up. Dortmund are winning 3-0. Chelsea are winning 3-0. Delap scored. Napoli 2-0. And Slavia Praga. Bilbao is still 0-0. Now Doku on the ball. And of course it's 2-0 here to Leverkusen. Haaland runs onto it. And Flecken receives the ball. Retrieves the ball even. Because of course he does. Mazza now. He finds Tillman. Haaland pounces on a loose ball. He's got Foden ahead of him, but Haaland just keeps running. Haaland keeps running, shoots, shot blocked. Now it's Doku, shoots, shot blocked. Shirky runs onto it. Bad first touch, and Leverkusen have the ball. That was diabolical, once again. I think Haaland definitely should have passed there, but the frustration got the better of him, and he just took the shot. Grimaldo. Pass it through to Schick, through the middle. Yeah, Leverkusen is going to take this to the corner and take this thing out of the game here, I think. And you can't really blame them. Never mind, Grimaldo's beat too. Stones wins it back. Savinho. Shirky. Foden. Shirky. Nico. Savinho. Savinho crosses it. Flecken again retrieves the ball. We are now approached the 90th minute. And it is still Bayer Leverkusen 2, Manchester City 0. Savinho. Reinders. Trafford. Reinders. We're so washed, it's unbelievable. Reinders still. Savinho. Shirky. Miscommunication between Shirky and Reinders, and it goes out for a Leverkusen goal kick with 2 minutes of added time to be added on at the end of the 90. So that looks like that's going to be all for today's game, and it's not good enough. Not good enough at all. Back-to-back losses in all competitions. We've got Leeds next, I think at home. I want to say it's at home, 3 p.m. kickoff on Saturday, but this has not been good enough. This has not been good enough at all. I'm going to go after this game. What's the time? I'm probably going to record a quick match reaction, really, I think, and then we're gonna swiftly move on from this, because this has not been enjoyable at all. Stones, long ball out to Doku. Doku goes inside one, plays it to the edge of the box. Foden slips, and Leverkusen have the ball back again. Yeah, this is just not. Garcia now. Grimaldo, he puts out for a City throw-in. So it's not good enough. Not good enough whatsoever from City. Reinders, Savinho. Cross from Savinho. Terrible cross from Savinho. Savinho again now. He gets it into Reinders. Reinders is tackled. Very good tackle. And the flag goes up. And that is 92 minutes on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. That should be game over after this free kick is taken by Flecken, it should be game over. That is game over, ladies and gentlemen. Manchester City lose at home in the Champions League 2-0 to Bayer Leverkusen in an absolutely lackluster and disgraceful performance. And if you enjoyed the stream, please do leave a like. Obviously, stay tuned because I should be releasing a match reaction video in the coming minutes. But with all that being said, thanks for tuning into my stream, and I'll see you with my next watch along, which I don't actually know when it'll be. It might be Saturday, but